Many people after the age of 60 find themselves lying awake long after the lights are out, staring at the ceiling while the hours pass slowly. They try to rest. They hope for relief. Yet the night feels endless, and the morning arrives too soon with eyes heavy and energy drained. Sleep, once natural and effortless, now feels like something distant and elusive, a gift that has slipped away with time. They have tried pills that promise quick solutions, only to wake feeling groggy and dependent. They have tried melatonin supplements, sometimes helpful but often fading in effect. They have brewed herbal teas, searching for calm, yet the rest they long for never lasts through the night. Each attempt becomes another reminder that what once came so easily now requires effort, and the frustration grows deeper. What may surprise you is that the answer is not always found in medicine or complicated treatments. Sometimes the body responds best to what is simple, natural, and already present in daily life. The tomato, a fruit that sits quietly on the table, often taken for granted, holds within it nutrients that speak the same language as the human body. Rich in natural melatonin, lycopene, and essential vitamins, it carries signals that the brain understands, signals that can guide the body back into balance and invite sleep to return. This is not about chasing miracles or believing in secrets hidden in plain sight. It is about recognizing that health and rest often come from the ordinary when we learn to see it differently. In the chapters ahead, we will explore why sleep becomes fragile after 60, how the tomato has been trusted across cultures, what science now reveals about its compounds, and how simple evening practices with this fruit can help restore deep and peaceful nights. Sleep is not gone. It is waiting for the right invitation, and perhaps that invitation begins with something as simple as a tomato. As the body moves beyond 60, sleep no longer arrives with the same ease it once did. What was once a simple rhythm of night and day now feels disrupted, as if the body has forgotten how to rest deeply. To understand why, we need to look at the changes that age brings to the systems that guide sleep. The most important change is the decline in melatonin, the hormone that regulates the sleep-wake cycle. In youth, melatonin rises naturally in the evening, telling the brain it is time to rest. With age, this rise becomes weaker, leaving the body without a clear signal. As a result, sleep becomes lighter, fragmented, and more easily disturbed. Another shift occurs in serotonin, the neurotransmitter that stabilizes mood and supports the production of melatonin. With less serotonin, the mind struggles to release tension and move into calmness. This is why many older adults feel tired but cannot fall asleep, trapped between fatigue and wakefulness. Circulation also weakens with age. Blood vessels stiffen, reducing oxygen and nutrient flow to the brain. This slows the natural process of relaxation and often leaves older adults with cold hands and feet at night, a sign that the body is not fully ready to enter deep rest. Poor circulation not only delays sleep but also causes frequent awakenings. The nervous system grows more sensitive as well. Stress hormones like cortisol remain high for longer, making it harder for the brain to quiet itself. Even small worries can echo through the night, keeping the mind alert when it should be at peace. Chronic health conditions add another layer of difficulty. Hypertension, diabetes, arthritis, and heart disease all interfere with the sleep cycle. Medications, while necessary, sometimes carry side effects that disrupt rest. Together, these factors create a cycle where sleep is not only fragile, but unpredictable. Lifestyle habits can worsen the problem. Daytime naps, heavy dinners, caffeine, and bright screens at night confuse the circadian rhythm. The body's clock, once reliable, begins to lose its way. Yet these challenges also point to solutions. If aging reduces melatonin, then natural foods rich in melatonin can help. If circulation slows, then nutrients that support blood vessels can make a difference. If cortisol remains high, then foods that calm the nervous system can restore balance. This is where the tomato becomes more than food. It becomes a signal, reminding the body of what it once knew, guiding it gently back to deep and natural rest. The tomato may seem ordinary today, Yet its story across history is anything but simple. Native to South America, it was first cultivated by the Aztecs and Mayans, who valued it not only for food, but also for its nourishing qualities. When Spanish explorers carried it to Europe in the 16th century, it was met with suspicion. Many believed it to be poisonous because of its vivid red color and its connection to the nightshade family. For years it was avoided, grown as an ornamental plant rather than eaten. Over time, perception changed. In Italy, the tomato found its place at the heart of Mediterranean cuisine. Sauces, soups, and stews transformed into staples, and with them came the reputation of the tomato as both delicious and beneficial for health. In the Mediterranean diet, which is now widely studied for its positive effects on heart and brain health, tomatoes stand as one of the cornerstones. In other cultures, the tomato became a symbol of freshness and vitality. In Mexico, it blended into salsas that added both flavor and nutrition. In the United States, it became a marker of summer harvest, eaten raw in salads or cooked into comforting soups. Across Asia, it found its way into stir-fries and broths, bringing a balance of acidity and sweetness to traditional dishes. What makes the tomato unique is how it bridges the line between food and medicine. Folk traditions often spoke of tomatoes as cooling for the body, useful in calming inflammation and restoring balance. Modern science now affirms that this intuition carried truth, as compounds like lycopene and melatonin explain the calming effects long observed by everyday people. The journey of the tomato, across cultures, reflects something universal. People everywhere sought not only flavor but also health in their food, and the tomato offered both. From suspicion to trust, from novelty to necessity, it became a global reminder that nature often hides its greatest gifts in what seems simple. Today, when we look at the tomato as a potential ally for sleep, we are not inventing a new idea. We are rediscovering what history has quietly carried for centuries. When we move from tradition into science, the tomato reveals itself as far more than a common fruit. Inside its bright red flesh lies a collection of compounds that speak directly to the systems responsible for rest. By studying its nutrients closely, we begin to understand why tomatoes can become powerful allies for seniors seeking deeper sleep. One of the most significant elements is melatonin, the hormone that regulates the circadian rhythm. While the body naturally produces melatonin, levels decline with age, making it harder to fall asleep and harder to stay asleep. Tomatoes contain natural melatonin in measurable amounts, and when eaten in the evening, they provide the body with a gentle reinforcement of this essential signal. Instead of forcing sleep, melatonin in tomatoes nudges the body back into its rhythm, helping nights feel longer and more continuous. Beyond melatonin, tomatoes are one of the richest sources of lycopene, a carotenoid responsible for their red color. Lycopene is a powerful antioxidant known to reduce inflammation, protect the cardiovascular system, and shield nerve cells from oxidative damage. Chronic inflammation and weakened circulation are among the hidden causes of disrupted sleep in older adults. By calming inflammation and improving blood flow, lycopene indirectly creates the physiological conditions needed for the body to rest. Tomatoes also carry an impressive combination of vitamins and minerals. Vitamin C strengthens the immune system and improves iron absorption, reducing fatigue. Potassium helps stabilize blood pressure and supports heart function, both critical for maintaining calm during the night. Beta-carotene, converted to vitamin A in the body, protects vision and supports nerve signaling, ensuring that the brain can maintain stability during sleep cycles. Together, these nutrients reduce the small disruptions that often add up to restless nights. Scientific studies confirm these benefits. Research has shown that diets rich in lycopene and melatonin are linked to better sleep quality, fewer awakenings, and longer periods of deep sleep. In one study, older adults who included tomatoes in their dinner reported falling asleep more easily and waking less during the night. Another study highlighted how lycopene's anti-inflammatory action reduced oxidative stress in the brain, preserving cognitive function and supporting stable rest. What makes tomatoes remarkable is their accessibility. Unlike supplements or specialized treatments, they can be added to a simple dinner or enjoyed as a juice without complexity. Their nutrients work with the body rather than against it, enhancing natural processes instead of masking them. For seniors, this distinction is critical. Sleep medications often sedate but do not restore, while tomatoes strengthen the systems that allow sleep to arise naturally. In short, the science of tomatoes aligns perfectly with the needs of aging bodies. They replenish melatonin, reduce inflammation, stabilize circulation, and provide essential nutrients to nerves and muscles. Each of these actions touches directly on the roots of sleep difficulty after 60. This is why tomatoes, though simple, may hold the potential to transform restless nights into peaceful renewal. Knowing that tomatoes carry natural melatonin, lycopene, and vital nutrients is important. But the real transformation happens when we bring them into our daily lives in simple, consistent ways. For older adults, the key is not complexity, but repetition, creating habits that the body begins to trust. Tomatoes can be used in many forms, each with its own strengths, from raw to cooked, from juice to warm dishes, and even as part of a larger dietary pattern. The simplest way is to eat raw tomatoes in the evening. Their natural melatonin remains intact, and the refreshing taste calms the nervous system. 1 or 2 ripe tomatoes, sliced or added to a green salad, can be enough to deliver both flavor and function. To enhance absorption of fat-soluble nutrients such as lycopene, pairing tomatoes with a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil is recommended. This combination not only improves nutrient uptake, but also aligns with the principles of the Mediterranean diet, which is recognized for its ability to support heart and brain health. For those who prefer a gentler option, tomato juice offers another path. Fresh juice made from ripe tomatoes provides melatonin, vitamin C, and lycopene in a form the body can absorb quickly. Drinking a glass about 1 to 2 hours after dinner gives the body time to digest the meal while still receiving a steady stream of nutrients before bedtime. Adding a spoon of pure honey creates a calming sweetness, while mint leaves can refresh the palate and further support relaxation. Studies have noted that evening tomato juice routines not only improve sleep quality but also lead to healthier skin and improved energy in the morning. Warm dishes carry their own advantage. A bowl of tomato soup, especially when cooked with onion, garlic, and olive oil, delivers lycopene more effectively because heat releases this compound, and healthy fats enhance absorption. The warmth of the soup itself becomes part of the ritual, sending signals of comfort and closure to the body. Eating it an hour before bed creates a gentle transition from the activity of the day to the stillness of the night. Beyond sleep, this dish supports digestion, circulation, and heart health, making it a holistic practice for overall well-being. Another interesting application lies in fermented tomato products. Lightly pickled or fermented tomatoes contain beneficial probiotics that support gut health. A healthy gut influences neurotransmitter production, including serotonin, which in turn supports melatonin and better sleep. For seniors with digestive challenges, small amounts of fermented tomatoes in the evening can provide a dual benefit, calming both the body and the mind. Tomatoes can also be integrated into a broader evening menu that reflects the Mediterranean style of eating. A light dinner of whole grains, leafy vegetables, a drizzle of olive oil, and fresh or cooked tomatoes creates balance without heaviness. Such meals provide the body with steady energy, keep blood sugar stable, and reduce the risk of discomfort that might otherwise interfere with rest. When practiced consistently, this style of eating becomes a rhythm that trains the body to expect sleep after dinner. Beyond what is eaten, the act of preparation matters. Washing, slicing, simmering, or juicing tomatoes can become a mindful ritual. These small, repeated actions tell the nervous system that the day is ending. Just as a child finds comfort in a bedtime routine, adults too benefit from signals of consistency. Preparing tomatoes with intention each evening can become a meditative act, grounding the mind while nourishing the body. The beauty of tomatoes lies in their versatility. They can be eaten raw or cooked, sipped as juice, savored as soup, or included as part of a balanced dinner. No single method is required, only the willingness to choose one and practice it regularly. Over time, the body begins to recognize the pattern, responding with deeper rest and calmer nights. Tomatoes may be small, but when used with consistency and care, they can reshape not only sleep but the way seniors experience the quiet hours of the night. Even the most natural foods must be approached with care, and tomatoes are no exception. While they offer powerful nutrients that support rest and health, using them without awareness can create discomfort rather than relief. Balance and moderation are always the keys to making their benefits lasting and safe. The first note is quantity. Eating 1 or 2 ripe tomatoes in the evening is generally safe and effective, but consuming large amounts may irritate the stomach. Tomatoes are naturally acidic, and too much acidity before bed can lead to heartburn or indigestion, especially in older adults with sensitive digestion. Eating them alongside other foods, rather than alone on an empty stomach, helps reduce this risk. Another precaution concerns green or unripe tomatoes. These contain alkaloids that can cause nausea or fatigue if consumed in excess. Only fully ripe tomatoes should be used for evening routines, whether raw, juiced, or cooked. Seeds can also be problematic for those with sensitive digestion, so removing them may prevent discomfort. Allergies must also be considered. Some people who are sensitive to pollen may react to tomatoes with skin irritation or stomach upset. If trying tomatoes for the first time as part of a sleep routine, begin with a small amount and observe how the body responds. For safety, it is also essential to choose clean, fresh tomatoes from trusted sources. Washing them thoroughly removes residues of pesticides or dirt that could otherwise harm health. Cooked preparations such as soup or stew are gentler for those with weaker digestion, while raw tomatoes or juice may be more suitable for those with strong digestion. Finally, remember that tomatoes are a support, not a cure. They work best when combined with other healthy practices, such as balanced meals, movement, and calm evening routines. When used with mindfulness, tomatoes can serve as allies for sleep without creating new challenges for the body. Tomatoes can play a supportive role in restoring rest, yet sleep is never the result of a single food alone. True deep sleep is the outcome of many signals working together, guiding the body to slow down and preparing the mind to let go. For seniors, the evening routine becomes one of the most powerful tools in shaping these signals. Light is often the strongest influence on the body's rhythm. Bright screens and artificial lighting in the evening delay the rise of melatonin and keep the brain alert. By dimming the lights, setting aside phones and televisions, and creating a calm atmosphere, the body is reminded that the day is ending. When combined with a light tomato-based meal or a warm soup, this change in environment sends a double signal of closure to both body and mind. Breathing and movement are also important. Gentle stretching, slow evening walks, or mindful breathing can reduce stress hormones that otherwise keep the nervous system awake. These practices prepare the body to receive the nutrients of tomatoes more effectively, as circulation improves and the nervous system begins to quiet. Emotional preparation cannot be overlooked. Worry and tension often linger into the night, preventing sleep even when the body is tired. Simple habits such as writing down thoughts, practicing gratitude, or even preparing tomatoes for an evening meal with mindfulness can serve as rituals that calm the mind. The act of cooking, juicing, or serving soup is not only nourishment, it is also a form of meditation, a repeated signal that tells the brain it is time to rest. The physical environment also shapes rest. A cool and dark room, comfortable bedding, and minimal noise make it easier for the body to stay asleep once it drifts off. For those who often wake in the night, ensuring warmth in the feet and calm in the air can be surprisingly effective. Pairing these adjustments with the natural melatonin of tomatoes reinforces the body's rhythm and strengthens the quality of rest. In the end, tomatoes are part of a larger story. They provide nutrients and signals, but their true strength is when they become part of a routine that honors balance. When light, movement, emotion, environment, and food all align, the body receives a chorus of signals instead of a single note. For seniors, this harmony can turn restless nights into peaceful renewal, showing that sleep is not only possible, but within reach when approached with care and consistency. Good sleep is not lost with age. It simply requires clearer signals for the body to remember what it already knows. Tomatoes, though small and ordinary, carry within them natural melatonin, antioxidants, and nutrients that speak the language of rest. When used with intention, they do not force sleep. They invite it, gently guiding the nervous system back to balance. Across history, Cultures embrace tomatoes not only for taste, but for vitality and strength. Modern science now affirms what traditions sensed, showing how their compounds calm inflammation, stabilize circulation, and help regulate the rhythms of sleep. Yet the deeper lesson is this. Sleep is not built on one food alone. It is built on rituals, on choices, and on the care we give ourselves each evening. For seniors, the invitation is clear. Choose one way to bring tomatoes into your night, whether a fresh salad, a glass of juice, or a warm bowl of soup. Pair it with a calm environment, gentle movement, and moments of reflection. Over time, these small actions become powerful signals, transforming restless nights into peaceful renewal. Now is the time to act. Try one of these simple methods tonight and notice how your body responds. If you find even a small improvement, stay consistent and allow the change to grow. Share your experience in the comments, because your story may inspire someone else who is still struggling in the quiet hours of the night. And if you want more natural and safe ways to restore health after 60, subscribe to this channel so you will never miss the next guide. Good sleep is waiting, and with care, it will return.